In the cafeteria at Chicago State, we'd have the black supremacists. You know, far right black supremacists, burn
Israelites.
the white man. Some of them were just extreme.
You call yourself
black,
the Israelites
black,
or something.
Pro.
5%ers, like the Muslim ones.
Some of them were Muslims, some of them black Israelites, some of them were just black nationalists. Essentially black Nazis.
Just straight fuck the white.
So they got but keep in mind my school's hood, right? So they got the fucking megaphones in the cafeteria and they got the full shit, like the posters and everything. And this is what I want to put in my show, right?
You would have left.
I would have left.
Anybody in their right mind would have left. Like if you're white and you're in the hood like that.
I
would have had so much fucking fun. I would have kicked
I'm going to school in the HBC, right? And they're in the cafeteria, the black nationalists. They got a megaphone in the cafeteria. It's like, you see all them white people all over the globe, put them on an island and drop a nuclear bomb on them. And
that's not even funny, bro. I don't even know why I'm laughing.
Round all the white devils, round them all up, and kill them all.
And they let this shit, they let them say
bro, they just stand in the corner every Thursday, they're doing their thing.
But there's no way that whole calf, I don't care how much black kids are in there, they're not all listening to this shit.
They don't give a fuck.
Of them are not even fucking listening to that. I already
90% of them.
Every Thursday is like a Thursday.
They're there like regularly, nobody gives a shit.
Dude, I wish I was there,
kids.
bro.
You know how university is? There's so many cliques. They're just the one hard right-wing black nationalist clique. So they're there and they're like, get the white devils all on an island, drop a nuclear bomb on them. Keep in mind, at this time, I'm 260 on roids with a shaved head, massive. I'm walking by with a salad and I'm like, preach.
The white, this guy's savage,
and the guy's like,
bro.
Confused as shit.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I sit down and I eat, right? So I start seeing one dude eating alone. And I sit with him. And I'm like, hey, what's good, bro? And he's like, oh, nothing, just preaching a word. I'm like, oh, what's the word? And he's like, oh, you know, why, like white people enslave you for like 400 or 500 years.
And he's telling you this shit.
Slavery's fucked up. White people colonialized the whole world and did some fucked up shit, bro. And he's like, what's your name? I'm like, what's your name? He's like, Jermaine. I'm like, oh, nice to meet you, man. He's like, what's your name?
Because in his head, he's like, this nigga
I'm
knows.
like, Nem. He's like, Nem. Oh, like, I'm like, he's like, what? I'm like, that's my name. He's like, Nem. I'm like, yeah, it's short for Nemanja. And he's like, what? And I'm like, oh,
never heard nothing like that.
It's an old Serbian name. And he's like, what's that? And I'm like, it's its own race from Southeast Europe. Like, my skin is white, but I'm not what you know as white. I'm a different race, but I have the same skin color. And he's like,
head gone.
Like, yeah, they probably they don't.
Head top gone.
And so we would start having conversations, and I'd see him here and there, and I'd eat with him at lunch. And he ended up leaving the group after a month of conversations, just talking to me, talking about like history, the world, and just like different races and histories.
He's a good guy.
And like, I want to put that in my show. Obviously, my show is going to be like an absurd comedy, but I want to touch on these.
That must have been so refreshing for a guy like that. To just be there in that environment and be like, yo, just to meet somebody new and just different. And
because people are segregated, right? Because that's the most segregated place in America. Ironically,
in general,
Southside Chicago,
place.
60 square miles, not one person's not black. Like
even in like New York, the bus, they sit together. Like you go on the bus in New York, you got the blacks, the Puerto Ricans, the fucking Indians, the Chinese.
Like that one Eminem dude that's like.
Yeah, you always get those guys that don't give a
one
fuck.
Or two,
yeah, they're cool as shit. They sit up.
It's a very rare situation
between everybody.
There's always one. There's always one overcompensating.
That's me.
But he grows up. They grow up in. You are a product of your environment, right? So like and people, if they're segregated, they think a very specific, colloquial way. And that's how they grow up thinking. And if they don't see the world, if they don't meet people.
Hard on there.
Bro, I met a girl that was 19 my freshman year. She's like, you're the first white person I ever had a conversation with. I'm like, no, there's no way.
Yes,
you live in the United States of America, Chicago.
She probably never left her hood, that's why.
She's like, no, I go shopping downtown all the time, and ladies who sell me stuff in the mall are white, and I say thank you, but it's never more than 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And like growing up in Toronto with every race, I'm just like, I couldn't conceive.
Thank God we live here, bro.
I'm grateful.
I am grateful for the city still.
But those
I have
are some
friends of
crazy
all
stories.
races and nationalities, and I love all of them. Some of them are nerds. Some of them are gangsters. Some of them are tech people. Some of them just all walks
I'm
of
so
life.
grateful to have friends
glad-
from every single race,
Yeah,
every
bro.
single country.
Thank God for Toronto.
And I learned something from each of them. I started like, as a late, I have more native friends, and just hearing their stories is just like mind blowing because it's, like my buddies Cree Nation, and they're like most of Canada. You go north, and it's like a whole belt of Canada is all Cree Nation, and they run the whole thing. It's it's been their country for thousands of years. I'm like, so you don't consider yourself Canadian? He's like, hell no, don't say that word. I'm like, what? He's like, no, I'm not Canadian. I'm Cree, and I have my own country. And so does all the other native groups that they were like completely eradicated, slaughtered. It's crazy to just learn from different groups of people and empathize with them. That's kind of like understanding, putting yourself in their shoes.
It's getting out of your comfort zone. A lot of these people segregate because they're uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
I just want to be with my niggas because we know what we're talking about, and when I talk about it, I can't really go talk to them about black shit, or I can't go over there and talk to them about
You don't have to talk about black shit.
I know, but that's what I'm
talk
trying
about
to
other shit.
Yeah, and then like you got some guys on the corporate world, and they're looking over there like, well, I don't really got nothing to talk to them about. Like they wouldn't really understand these files, and they wouldn't understand the softwares. And
people have a lot more in common than they think.
But they would. People would understand each other a lot more than you think.
Yeah, people have way more in common with each other.
Again,
you could be from Nigeria or Ghana, and somebody can be from Argentina, and somebody can be from
1000%.
northern Siberia, and all people want is to be happy.
Like if I stayed in Guyana, between me and you, I would have probably only date coolie girls and black girls.
Yeah.
Who I love. I love coolie girls and black girls.
But
what I'm saying is, because of Toronto, like I've dated every girl, man. Like every different race of girl. Most of them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That sounded really fucked up. Like it wasn't a lot, but I'm just saying like, okay, so in Guyana they call them brown girls.
It's the C word.
Like Guyanese brown girls, they call them coolie girls. Well, they call brown people in Guyana. It's a very derogatory term, like nigga, same thing, but.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, coolie is like, it's like in India, the guys that hold the thing and they pull the people, that's a coolie.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a rickshaw?
Yeah.
Now I understand why it's derogatory.
Yeah.
Because you're like a slave kind of worker.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's the West Indies. We have all these names and weird shit, and people say weird stuff.